The father of the Oregon shooter tells CNN he doesn't know how his son could have built an arsenal of more than a dozen firearms and says gun laws in America have to change.
If Chris had not been able to get a hold of 13 guns, it wouldn't have happened.
Just hours after the shootings, President Obama angrily pushed back against a Congress reluctant to take action.
We know that states with the most gun laws tend to have the fewest gun deaths.
Is the president correct?
We showed that states with the most firearm laws are those states that have the lowest fatalities from firearms, whereas states that have the least amount of regulation are the states that tend to have the highest fatality rates.
Dr. Eric Fliegler of Harvard Medical School led a team of researchers who studied firearm-related deaths and state gun control laws between 2007 and 2010. They looked at the number of gun deaths in each state per 100,000 people. They found that states with the fewest gun laws on the left of this chart, like Louisiana and Alaska, had the most gun deaths, high up on the left, over 17 deaths per 100,000 people. They found states with the most gun laws on the right of this chart, like Massachusetts and Hawaii, had the fewest gun deaths, around 3 per 100,000 people. Fliegler got the number of deaths from the CDC, and he got the evaluation of the state gun laws from the Brady Center to Prevent Gun Violence. But this study just shows a correlation. It doesn't address whether more gun control laws directly led to fewer deaths. And there are other factors which some experts say are not accounted for in Fliegler's study.
There are cultural factors. What does the drug situation look like? What does the gang situation look like? There are many factors that differ from one state to another.
And in some states, suicides make a huge difference. Suicides account for most of the gun-related deaths in Alaska, according to Fliegler. But even when you exclude suicides from the statistics, states with the most gun control laws still tended to have fewer deaths.
When we look at homicides alone, there is still a 40% reduction in fatalities from firearms.
Now, what about overall gun violence, not just deaths? Do states with more gun control laws have less gun violence overall? Well, experts we spoke to say there's just not enough information to tell one way or the other. The reporting from law enforcement officers and from private citizens on gun incidents is just too inconsistent. For instance, when someone gets shot at and not actually shot, that often doesn't get reported, but it's still an incident of gun violence. Wolf.
Certainly is. All right, Brian, thanks very much.